Good morning to you all. I'm Zira, Computer Garage's digital assistant. We received a video request from a client. How do you set up files sharing on your home network? It is not as easy as it used to be for security reasons. From the computer that will act as your server, or central point for all your file sharing needs, we need to set it up to receive file request from other computers on the network. In the big white box in the lower left corner, type Control Panel. Control Panel app should be the first one on the list. Click it. And Control Panel should open. If you only see 8 icons, you will need to change that to view all the options. See where it says View by Category, with the small triangle pointing down? Click it and click Large Icons. Now you have all the options. If your screen is already displaying all the options, great. Now find and double-click Network and Sharing Center. It's in alphabetical order, so if you have to scroll down to find it, it should be easy to find. Click Change Advanced Sharing Options. You should see a window almost identical to the one in this video. Click on the down arrow for Private. You should see 2 questions. Make sure there is a bullet in the Turn on Network Discover by clicking the circle to the left, and placing a check mark in the box below it, also by clicking the box. Make sure there is a bullet in the Turn on File and Printer Sharing. Great! Now click the down arrow for all networks. Make sure there are bullets in Turn on Sharing, and use 128-bit encryption, and turn on password protection. Yeah, I know, you don't want to use a password. Sadly, you now have to set a password for security reason. Microsoft changed that security protocol in 2019/2020. If you are going to file share on a network, a username and password is required. We'll get to that in a moment. Click the Save Changes button, and if the settings were accepted, you should return to the Network and Sharing Center window. Now you have to establish a password for your computer. If you already have a password, you can skip this part. So see the word Control Panel Home on the left side of the window. Click it. Now you are back to Control Panel. Scroll down and find User Accounts, and double-click it. Now you are in the User Accounts windows, and from here each computer might be a little different. But you will want to double-click on Manage Another Account. Yes, there are other ways to do this, but trust me on this. Double-click that the master account for this computer. It needs to have administrator privileges. Now double-click the Create a Password on the left. Note this warning in bold. It's very important because for 98% of you, it does not do crap. For the other 2%, you already know how to do this. Why are you watching this video? So, type in a easy to remember password, but not something super easy. Confirm it, and type in a hint and click the button Create Password. Congrats, your computer is now more secure. Of course, if your computer already had a password, you could not do any of that, so just ignore that part. Are we having fun yet? If you have made it this far, you are halfway through this process. If you are dazed and confused, just call Computer Garage, and they will either come to your home and set it up for you if you are in the local service area. If you are outside the local service area, we might be able to set it up remotely. Now, where was I? Oh yes, the next step. Making sure the computers are all in the same group. Close out of the user account windows using the X in the upper right corner of the window. We should be back to the desktop now. In the big white search box type Advanced System Settings, and click View Advanced System Setting Control Panel. System Properties window should open and be almost identical to what is in this video. Click the Computer Name tab. Bet you didn't know your computer had a name, did you? Well, it does, more for you humans than computers like me. Now, either take a photo or write down the full computer name and workgroup. But if you want to change the computer name, send $19.99 to Computer Garage. I'm just kidding. You click the Change button. And here you can change the computer name and check/change the workgroup name. Remember how I said all the computers have to be in the same group? That is the group name, and 95% of the time, it will be workgroup. But you can change it to almost anything you like. As long as all the other computers in the network belong to the same group, it will work. In fact, remember this process, so you can check in or change each computer you add to the file sharing service. If you are changing the computer's name and or workgroup, a restart is required. Go ahead and restart the computer now, just pause this video. If you have restarted your computer, welcome back. If you did not, thank you for staying with me. Now do the advanced system setting again, to confirm your computer did change the computer name and or workgroup name. I'll repeat it here. In the big white search box, type Advanced System Settings, and click View Advanced System Setting Control Panel. System Properties window should open and be almost identical to what is in this video. Make sure the computer name and workgroup are exactly what you want. If not, change it again using the Change button, and restart again. If all is good, let's continue. Close out of the System Properties window. Open Files Explorer. If you do not have a yellow folder icon on your bottom taskbar, you can type File Explorer in the big white search box, and double-click File Explorer app. File Explorer should now be open, and it should look similar to the one in this video. Your settings will vary. So let's share our first folder. Double-click Local Disk C. Double-click Users. Right-click Public. Click/double-click Properties. The public properties should open and look similar to what is on the video. Click the Sharing tab. Click the Advanced Sharing button. Click the box in front of the Share This folder. The share name should auto-fill in. Click the Permissions button. If you see the groups Everyone, click to highlight it in blue, and click Remove. Trust me on this. Click the Add button. In the Enter the object name to select, type in the username, Studio for me, but whatever it is for you as previously done when we created the password. Click the Check Name button to make sure you spelled it correctly. It sure fill in the full name and user account. If it asks you to confirm in a different box, just confirm it. It is wrong, the computer will tell you. Now click OK and the username should appear in the user list. Give it full control, but clicking the Allow for full control. Click OK, and click OK again, and click Close. And the setup process for the host server should be complete. If all that setup was successful, you should be able to click on Network on the folder list on the left and the server host computer should appear. If you receive a warning message that your network discover is not turned on for public networks, then you will have to change your network setting to private. Click the Start button, Windows flag, click Settings, Gear, Network and Internet, Properties, and your network profile should appear. Click on Private. Close out of it. With the X in the upper right corner. Now click Network in the File Explorer and see if the server appears. If so, great. If not, restart your computer and recheck. If the server shows up, double-click it and you should see a list of available folders. Don't be alarmed with your See the User folder in the Users folder. That is because you are still on the acting server. If it doesn't show up, it's okay. It's actually better, because the computer acting like a server is actually hiding. And that is a good thing from a security standpoint. Harder to connect to a computer if you can't see it. But if you know where to look, and that's where we are going now. From a different computer in the same group and network, attempt to connect to the server host computer. Open File Explorer, click this PC, click Computer, click Map a Network Drive. The browser button almost always fails, especially if a server is hiding. So type in \name of server \folder. In my case it is /studio-vm /public and place a check mark in connect using different credentials. It will attempt to make the connection. If successful, it will prompt you for a username and password. Spelling and capitalization is important. If the username and password were accept, the files and folder in the shared folder from the server host should appear. And if you click on this PC to the left, and click the down arrow to see all the folder, and will now see a new folder. Your network folder. You are now all set. Repeat this process for each computer you need to connect to the server host computer.